Good morning, Culers. It is time to start the day the Barca way. Time to wake up and Barca. We're going to talk about yesterday's draw against Benfica in the Champions League. What does that mean going into the final match day against Bayern Munich at the Allianz? We'll talk about what Barcelona need to do in terms of results. We'll talk about all the other headlines today coming out of the camp now as we get a little bit of caffeine, catch up with some conversation with Culers from around the world here on the Undefeated channel. If this is your first time finding us, welcome to the Undefeated community, aka the Stash Squad. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up so that other people can find this stream as well. And then we'll talk about all things Barcelona in the next 30 minutes. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and get this party started the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right. Intro is off. Restarting the counter. Put it at 1. Good morning, everybody. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Chang, good morning. Kudis, hello. Who else we got? Ovi is in here with us. Only Juan, hello, sir. Hopefully you're in the right state of mind this morning. I know I am. Levi says Valverde going to United. We'll talk about that a little bit. Good morning to you, Levi. Kyle Cash is in the house. Lebo is with us. Prashant and Stay Blessed. Hello. Good morning to you all. If I missed you, you know I love you. No intention there. So yesterday's draw against Benfica, boy, that was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. We had our chances. They had their chances. I think over the course of the match, it's easy to say Barcelona should have gotten 3 points. But if you look at what happened in that last 5 minutes or even later, I think it might have been in stoppage time, Benfica had their chances. They were one-on-one with Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen got beat, and then who was it? I think it was Eric came diving in just to put the striker off a little bit so that we didn't give up those 3 points, because that could have been it. That could have been absolutely it. If we go to, let's see here. I want to look at the UCL standings as we jump into things here. We'll go right there. So going into the last day, Real Madrid in first. They could still get knocked out though, right? If Sheriff and Inter win, they're probably playing each other though. That's probably what's happening. Anyway, more importantly, our table here. So Bayern got 15 points. Barcelona have to go into the Allianz Arena and come away with something here, because if Benfica beat Dynamo, which is likely to happen, are they going to be at home or are they in? Yep. Yes, they are. It is, unfortunately, in Portugal, which means if they draw, we're fine. Okay, if Benfica somehow get a draw, or if Dynamo somehow get a draw away to Benfica, then we're good. We're totally golden. But if Benfica win, and let's say we get a draw, then we'll both be on 8 points. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head, and Benfica beat us in the first leg. So that puts us out. So if we tie and Benfica win, no good. We're not going through. If we lose and Benfica win, no good. We're not going through. If Benfica draw, we are totally fine. I'm nervous. Listen, in a short amount of time, Xavi has done tremendous things with the mentality of this team. We have 2 weeks from today until that match against Bayern Munich. If we go in and we get a victory, we're good. We're through. If we get a draw, it at least sets us up to force Benfica to get 3 points. Hopefully Dynamo come in wanting to play the role of spoiler, put in everything that they can, and then Bayern, since they're qualified already with 15 points, maybe they put out a B team. Maybe they put out a C team. I don't know. Maybe they hand Barcelona a little gift going into the holiday. Who knows? But that's what we're tasked with, folks. A draw leaves us in danger. A loss leaves us in grave danger. Win and we're in. I wish we would have gotten it taken care of against Benfica. If you want to be pessimistic, you could say shoulda, woulda, coulda. If you want to be optimistic, you can say, hey, that was a lot better than the 3-0 performance that we saw when we had to travel to Portugal and Ronald Koeman was in charge. So glass half empty, glass half full. Depends on how you want to look at it. I'm still feeling, I'll say nervous, but optimistic for Barcelona to still get through to the round of 16. We'll see what happens. December 8th, we're going to do a live stream right here. We'll probably have both matches going just so we can see in live time what's happening. But again, we'll be hoping for a Barcelona win or draw and a Benfica draw or loss. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let me get caught up on the chat here. Cheng says we're going to win a trophy finally. Europa League. What's more prestigious, Europa League or Copa del Rey? If you could win one of them this year, which would you rather win? Prashant says fell asleep sometime during the second half. Second half was a little bit of a snoozer, I will admit. Up until late in the match. Those final 15 minutes were pretty nervy. LeBeau agrees, says Bayern will probably not start their strongest lineup. We shall see. And let me real quick tell Nightbot to calm down. Disable that one, and we're good. Okay. All done there. Anyway, what else we got? Owie says, man, if we get a victory against Bayern, we are title contenders then. I will say this. It gives us the opportunity to make a huge statement. If we go in to Germany, to Munich, march into the Allianz Arena, and get 3 points against a title contender, that would speak volumes. It would speak volumes. We maybe we'll have Pedri back. We maybe we'll have Ansu back. That could change things. We did just get Dest and Dembele returning from injury last night. Both came off the bench. Dembele looked fantastic. Did he not? I thought he was incredible. He was using pace, but also composure. I think he only lost the ball once or twice. He was getting to the end line. He was cutting inside and finding those midfielders to swing the ball around to the other side. Eventually, he was getting double, triple teamed, so Xavi put Dest on the left-hand side to try to spread out that pace a little bit. It seemed like, the Barcelona players weren't really looking to work it up that left-hand side. Benfica knew that, so they stayed loaded on Dembele, but he still did well. So happy to see Dembele return, happy to see Dest return. In 2 weeks, hopefully we'll have Ansu. Hopefully we'll have Pedri. Hopefully Xavi will continue, not even hopefully, I know Xavi will continue to mold the players and this squad into what we want to see for the Blaugrana. So in 2 weeks' time, I think I will be much more optimistic. Right now, I'm nervous. I don't know. What are you all thinking? How are you feeling about yesterday's? I'm sitting here blabbing about my feelings. I'm still kind of processing. So what do you all think? What are you feeling about the draw yesterday? Are we lucky to get the draw? I mean, you saw they had a free header in the first half that they missed, trying about Benfica. And then late in the match, let's see, who was it? Let me pull up their squad real quick. Lineup. It wasn't the starter. It was Seferovic, right? Yes, Seferovic one-on-one with Ter Stegen. I believe it was in stoppage time. Got around him and then put it off frame. Absolutely incredible. Taking a look at the stats, we got to do better, folks. Look at that. 14 shots, 3 on target. I believe Xavi did say something about this after match. He said it's not Barcelona worthy. We got to do better than that. We had almost twice as many passes. Our accuracy could be a little bit better. I like to see us in the high 80s or 90s. But our shooting has to improve. Am I right? We got to do better there. LeBeau says Dembele was impressive. Ovi says Dembele was amazing. I think he was probably... Oh, man. Araujo, though. Araujo really was man of the match. Filling in at right back, he looked incredible. He was matching everyone he needed to for pace, physicality, even had a goal called off by being offside by that much. Up until Dembele came on, Araujo was probably man of the match. Only Juan says, excited to see the Messi-Ramos connection. Get out of here, Only Juan. We're not talking about that. Sean says, why can't Bayern Munich sit out their stars? Barca has done that several times. They might. Some of it will depend on the matches that they have going on around that Champions League fixture. So fingers crossed, Bayern will put out a weak squad. We shall see. Stay Blessed says, Seferovic missing was the decisive moment of the game. We were lucky not to lose. It was a 2-on-1 break. We got beat. Eric almost got back to defend it. But yeah, if he puts that on target, then we're going into the Allianz needing 3 points, which is not a good situation to be in. Prashant says, we should be thankful to get those points yesterday. We're slowly getting to that level, but remember, we promised not to expect drastic changes in a short period. Good point, Prashant. Very good point. I think everyone, including myself, is getting a little bit optimistic, getting a little bit too excited about the impact of Xavi. But it's hard not to. Hard not to get excited for Xavi. But well said, Prashant. We do need to calm things down a little bit. Levi, I hear you on Memphis. I thought Memphis could have been taken out after like the 65th minute or so. I thought that he was not chasing down defensively. He was not synced up with the other players around him in terms of making runs and connecting those passes. His chemistry just seemed to be off. So tired legs, tired mind. I was actually thinking, I know we were desperate for a goal, so that's why you don't take him off, but I was actually thinking that Dembele might come on for Memphis and then have, excuse me, have Demir maybe slide into a number 10 position. But we'll see. We shall see. Lewandowski is scary. Chang, he's quite scary. So we'll see. We got our work cut out for us, folks. We lose a lot of money if we don't get through into the round of 16. We lose a lot of money. I know we get paid in Europa League. Well, actually, it would be interesting to see, and this is maybe something that one of you can look up later on. It would be interesting to see if we would make more money by getting into the round of 16 of Champions League and then getting knocked out, or if we dropped down to Europa League but played into the final and won, which would give us, which would give us more money. Curious. Just curious. Anyway, y'all want to jump over and see what kind of headlines we got for today? What Barca need to do to qualify. We talked about that already. Barcelona, Benfica, golden highlights, yeah. How much money could Barcelona lose for not advancing to the Champions League knockout stage? Here we go. Let's scroll down till we see some numbers. Prize money. UEFA hand out 2.8 million euros in prize money for every win and 930,000 euros for a draw throughout the tournament. So Barca can theoretically earn a maximum of 5.6 million euros through the results from the remainder of the group stage. That, however, means beating Benfica and blah, 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 which we didn't do. So for making the last 16 of the tournament, Barcelona would earn 9.6 million euros, and the further they go, the more money they can earn. Getting as far as the quarterfinals would bring an additional 10.6 million euros. Okay, so we need that 20 million. 9.6 plus 10.6, $20.2 million. We need that, you guys. That's a summer signing. You know what I'm saying? That's a substantial summer signing if we can get that 20 million. So it's huge. It's really huge for us to get out of Champions League here. If we don't and we lose out that money, I know that there's still money in Europa League. Let's do this. Let's do how much do clubs make in Europa League? A victory in Europa League pays less than a draw in Champions League. A draw only gets 200,000. Each group winner earns $1 million. Each runner-up 500,000. Reaching knockout stage triggers a bonus €500,000 euros. Round of 32 is one. Round of 16, quarterfinal. Chump change is what you get. You get absolute chump change for winning Europa League. It's like, yeah. Not good. Not good. A quarter to a half of the price that you would get for getting through to the Champions League. So reaching the quarterfinals of Champions League is more profitable than winning Europa League. Factor that in, my friends. That's huge. That changes things a lot. I was trying to get myself okay with maybe being in Europa League, but I'm not. I'm not okay with it. Got to make it to Champions League. Even if we don't make it into the quarterfinals, we'd make as much as we would going through Europa League. So do what we need to do against Bayern. Fingers crossed with Benfica versus Dynamo, because that's almost 20 million euros that Barcelona could definitely use to boost their squad over the summer. My goodness. My goodness. All right, what have y'all been talking about? Ooh, Ernest, that's a low blow. Says Memphis looks like Griezmann right now. Calm down on that. He's still putting in more effort than what we saw from Griezmann, I think. What else? What else? Levi says Laporta in hot water. Why is Laporta in hot water? Chang and Levi arguing about Tottenham right now. You guys are killing me. What's up, Jason? How we doing, sir? I would say Europa League is not prestigious, and it's not a good look if Barcelona end up in Europa League. Europa League is a tournament for Villarreal, for Benfica, for Inter Milan even. Not Barcelona. Not Barcelona. Paul, how we doing, sir? Good afternoon to you. Well, good morning, I should say, from this end of things. Paul, yeah, but if you just tuned in and you missed the breakdown of the payout difference in Champions League versus Europa, it's way more rewarding to be in Champions League rather than Europa League. Levi says Laporta didn't sack Koeman after the Bayern game, and if he did, we might not have lost against Benfica. Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's not like we're going to go and get rid of Laporta. It's not like that's happening. So, Monday morning quarterbacking, as they say. Anyway, let's get back to some news, see what other headlines we got. Worst in 30 years, Benfica's striker Seferovic's incredible late miss versus Barcelona. We're not going to play it here, but my goodness, who called it the worst in 30 years? Go away. Go away. No, we don't want ads. We don't want ads. Go away. I don't want to subscribe. Go away. Go away. Let's see here. Stoppage time miss against Barcelona as the worst in 30 years. Oh, the head coach, Benfica coach Jorge Jesus, described Haris Seferovic's stoppage time miss against Barcelona in the Champions League as the worst he's seen in 30 years. Ouch. Tough to disagree with that. It was a terrible miss. I mean, if you look at the screen grab on this left-hand side, that's Eric there diving in. But he had time to even bring that down. He kind of toe-poked it left. He could have even just crossed it over to Darwin Núñez here, who, you know, for storyline purposes, could have put the final nail in the coffin for Barcelona. Didn't happen, though. Didn't happen. And if you look at the match against Espanyol over the weekend as well, same thing. They had 2 or 3 chances that fate just didn't allow it. So, listen, I'm not going to get into, you know, the woo-woo and the mysticism. But since Xavi arrived, there's a different energy at the club. And things are kind of falling our way. We could have been not knocked out, but Benfica could have put us down in 3rd place if they finished there. And it didn't happen. So I'm not saying luck is on our side. I'm not saying we're a team of fate. But I will be very curious and very optimistic, if not excited, going into that final match day against Bayern Munich in Munich. It's a huge opportunity, folks. A tremendous challenge, but a huge opportunity for Barcelona to prove themselves on a world stage. Ovi says, winning Europa can give confidence and experience to our young players, better for their future, yada, yada. I hear you on that, but we need money, dude. We need money. Okay? You get almost 20 million combined if you get to the quarterfinals. Kudis loves the Gipper Burns. Stay Blessed says that was a pretty bad miss. It was a horrible miss. It was worse than Dembele's miss against Liverpool way back when. Ayushman asking if it's better to play in Europa League or Champions League. If you're just jumping in, we did a whole breakdown on the finances. You get paid almost 20 million euros if you make it to the quarterfinals of Champions League. You get half of that if you get to the final of Europa League. So it's just not worth it. Nightbot's on it today. On it, folks. I finally figured out how to just turn off the timer that says no spoilers, because it's hard to spoil the news. Speaking of, let's get some other headlines going. This was the line that I said earlier. Not Barca worthy. Xavi criticizes team after Benfica draw, exposing finishing flaw. So Xavi is definitely going to be getting on the team about their finishing. That's going to be a huge focus. I think defensively we're shaping up. 2 clean sheets in a row. You'll love to see that. I don't think that's happened in I don't know how long. When's the last time Barcelona got 2 clean sheets in a row? What else? What are you talking about, Sean? What are you talking about, Seth? Stay Blessed says, I'd rather Barca get eliminated in the round of 16 than demoted to Europa League. I'm with you on that one, to be honest. What else? Only Juan says, Champions League bigger than the World Cup. What do you think? Me personally, World Cup is number 1. Second is Champions League. Third, probably Premier League. World Cup is absolutely bigger than Champions League. So we'll go World Cup, Champions League. And then, well, I guess Premier League might be the biggest, but that's a league, right? If we're going tournaments, could be FA Cup. I mean, there's the Olympics. Well, there's the Euros. Euros would be biggest beyond that. This weekend, we are facing... I want to make sure we get all the headlines, but... Yeah. This Saturday, we're playing Villarreal. We're traveling to Villarreal, and that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be doing a watch-along party. Speaking of, folks, schedule-wise, so you know that we do Wake Up in Barca every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but this week here in America, it is a holiday. So on Friday... I am going to be out of town and be with some family, and I'm not going to be waking up early, all right? On Thursday, I'm going to be stuffing my face with turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy and stuffing and some adult beverages as well. So I'm not going to be waking up early Friday. But here's what we're going to do. Saturday, we're going to have a late Wake Up in Barca. It's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Undefeated channel. We'll be going over lineups, predictions, any headlines going into that match, but that's going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. That's going to be the day of the match against Villarreal. So we'll wake up, we'll take our time. It'll be a little bit later, so maybe we get a bigger audience. It'll be on a match day, so maybe we get a bigger audience. We'll see, all right? We'll see what happens. I'm not done experimenting on this channel. You know what I mean? We are... Here's what happened. We started in August of 2019. Yeah, I think. I could be wrong. 1920, 2021. Yeah. Yes, we started in August of 2019. First year had some hiccups, had a copyright strike, COVID. Then 2021... we did okay. At the end of the 2021 season is really when we started being consistent on this channel. I'm sure a lot of you found me sometime in the spring earlier this year to early summer. I did a few videos that got a lot of attention. I did a couple promotions, but I started being consistent on this channel. Over the summer, we started Wake Up in Barca. I only missed, I think, 1 match since last March, so coming up on like 8 months, and I've missed, I think, 1 match. And that's a big part of it. You know, you all showing up, being part of this conversation, liking the videos, sharing it on social media, that's a big part of it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Point being that now that we've got the consistency up, right? We've got the quantity of content that I want. I really want to start focusing on that quality. So some of it is tweaking the format, some of it is tweaking the timing of things, and I'm always open to ideas. So you all are a huge part of this channel. You know that. You know I love starting my day with you 3 days a week. So if you've got ideas for what you want to see on this channel, for what would help the community grow, help reach new people, help keep folks engaged, I'd love to hear it. You know that I'm always balancing my real life responsibilities that I have right now, but very focused on making sure this channel grows as Barcelona rebuilds. The timing couldn't be better. This channel is on the uptick, Barcelona is on the uptick, and by the time we hit like 10,000 followers, we're going to be back in the Champions League final, and we're just going to blow up from there. So very exciting stuff coming up on this channel. One more time, just as a reminder, no Wake Up in Barca on Friday. We're going to be doing that Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then we'll be live for the match. We're going to do a pregame show 30 minutes before kickoff, so 2:30. We'll start that off. And then kickoff is 3 p.m. Saturday, Villarreal. Barcelona is the away team in this one, so we gotta come in hot. Gotta come in hot. There are some links to Barcelona. Before I jump off, we'll talk about that real quick. There are some links to Barcelona. I try not to talk about that until, let's give it another week at least. Let's get into December before we start talking about potentially bringing somebody in January. Because right now, if you look at the headlines, yes, we're looking at some players, but I don't know that we're going to have cash for anybody. So maybe a loan with an option to buy. We'll see. But we are looking at some Chelsea players. Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, and the young American Christian Pulisic. I don't want to get too excited. I love Pulisic being at Chelsea. I really do. I would be hesitant for him to make a move. If he comes to Barcelona, he's got to compete with Ansu on one side, Dembele on the other side. Maybe Pulisic fits in at striker at Barcelona, but I wouldn't rely on it. So as a fan of Pulisic and the U.S. men's national team going into a World Cup year, I kind of want him to stay at Chelsea, but if he came to Barcelona, I got to sign myself for another Barcelona jersey. It would be my fourth this year because I bought this one. I bought a Messi jersey from a couple years back. I'm going to buy the Dani Alves jersey, and then if Pulisic ends up at Barcelona, you know I got to get his jersey too. That would be my fourth. But we'll see. I have mixed feelings about it. We'll talk about that more in future Wake Up in Barcas. Because like I said, it's early. It's early. We're still in November right now. TW, how we doing, friend? I think I missed you. Good morning. If I missed anybody else, I apologize. Salgrace, Sankop, Lebo, Animal, all join us. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all very much starting your day with me. That's going to be it. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go get a little exercise in. I'm going to get a work day out of the way. And then it'll be on to the holiday break. So you all enjoy yourselves. I will see you Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for a special edition of Wake Up in Barca. We'll see you there, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.